Hello, Fit Fam. What's going on, beloveds? So, happy new month. It is a new month. It is September the 1st. As you see, we are going into a new challenge as we are completing one very, um, you know, very successful challenge. Like, I enjoyed Jump Squad activated. And if you are one of those who participated in it, if you're one of those who know that you got something from it, remember, it's not all about the physical transformation. It's about one, getting in the commitment, getting in the discipline, getting in that consistency, getting in that momentum. It's about the benefits of doing the actions that we do in this community. It's about going along to get along, right? We're forming our mind, our body, you know, our spirits, our souls. We're forming and foaming it into the way that it should grow. Like a lot of these things that I do is really the root of the issue is to correct my neurological issues, right? I have some damages that I've done over the years by harnessing everything within me, by harnessing, by holding in, by just not putting together the tools or any methods to release any of these tensions, just constantly going and applying pressure upon my body, upon this physical being, that it did so much damage, and it did damage in a way where doctors are unable to help. They're like your nervous system, right? They cannot find a solution. One doctor tells me, and because they have, the results in their hand, they know or they can tell if it has gotten to a point that it's extreme and there's no return, versus, girl, you still have a choice, you still have an opportunity, you still have a fighting chance, right? So, one of the things the doctor told me when I started this journey was, you need to take some time off, right? You need to take some time off. You need to just really get out in nature. You just need to really rest. You are experiencing burnout, right? I was always shaking. I always had tremors. Like it was it on the outside. It was on the inside. I was experiencing anxieties. I was experiencing all sorts of things that my body was screaming out to me to tell me, listen, you need to turn around. You need to make better choices. You need to reset your body. So my journey has been that you should get to the root line to heal thyself by the roots, right? But then the root is covered by many layers: self-sabotage, doubt, disbelief. My mindset are things that I had to work on over the years. And to do that, I had to unlearn and relearn. I had to remove some things. I had to filter some things out. I had to now start putting some things back in that I identify are the things that I needed to work on. So I started learning new perspectives of those things, being in an environment where they gave more knowledge, where they gave safe spaces to heal, where they taught me how to apply certain things to my life to heal myself in that area. And so funny enough, I'm always talking about my millionaire coach, mentor. Like, she has led me into this health and wellness industry, but being attached to her, she's taught me so much more. Though she may not know the the scientific names, or the names that are labeled to the things that she's doing. However, she does these things and teaches us through practice, right? Without even the labels, and impacting the people around her in such a way that she doesn't even realize. But the things that she taught us, right? Again, I was exposed to her because of some amazing products, and these are products that I needed. I stayed with her, and she and walked through the journey with her, and then I learned myself how walking is, not only do I walk, But as I walk, here are some of the benefits with it, and here's what it's really doing, and how it's helping my body, and how it's really helping to relax my nervous system and to reset the nervous system, right? Sitting still, breathing, breath work. Not only did she bring these things back into my back into my eyesight, but she also taught me to practice these things, and also put me in a place where I'm able to, again, do the things that I needed to do anyways, do the things that my body was calling for me to do the things that um, that the doctor was recommended for me to do. A lot of the times, it's not about the physical results, like how many inches, how many pounds did I lose, but it's all about how is your nervous system feeling, how is your heart feeling, right? How is your thoughts? So once we move over to the thoughts now, right? We move into the habits, we move into the foods, we move into how are we feeling ourselves. Now we start paying attention to our body. What are the things that our bodies are telling us that is not good for us when we consume it, right? For me, I can tell you, of course, it's caffeine, because again, I have healing from neurological damage, right? Healing back the nervous system. Okay, me drinking caffeine is adding to the jitters, is adding to the anxiety, adding to the fight or flight mode. So me doing that to my body is not so much helping the benefits of it, but it's so much helping the cause, and really keeping me into that state where now my body is going through resistance. Now my body is shooken up. Now my body needs to have time to kind of calm down, right? So the reason why we're here is because I want to create a space where we're not doing these things only when we crash out, when we burn out, when we feel these ways, but we're putting daily practices in our lives that create calmness, peace, give us that sense of love that we have for ourselves, because we're putting ourselves first, where we're doing the things that bring us joy and put a smile on our face on a daily basis. Walking, movement, breathing, gardening, grounding, doing these little things outside of the societal norm are the things that help to calm the internal terrain, and versus just going along with society, going along to get along, right? So I am looking forward to this month because I am challenging myself on even a larger scale. I've been working on myself. I'm working on some things behind the scenes. I've been rebuilding and developing, and I'm excited that I'm at this stage in my life, because I have the opportunity to go through the same things in the same process, but now I have a different perspective and a different point of view, different knowledge, so that I can get through it even faster. And this is the importance of just being in an environment where there are people around you with knowledge or resources. There are people around you that are showing up committed and dedicated each and every single day. There are people around you um, that get the result. And if you just, follow suit, if you just implement and some of the strategy, all of the strategy, little by little, do it at once, then you will too see the better results, the same results, because we all need different things in our lives. We're all going through different areas in our lives. Yes, yes. So, but there's some fundamental things, right? And that when we experience it, and we experience it individually, even though we experience it together, right, it does something in us separately. It shakes us up. It pivots us in a different way, in a different area in our lives, because we see things differently. We feel things differently. We are different, yet we are one. So whatever we are going through, who I'm attracting, I'm assuming you guys are going through the same thing. We are all mothers. We've all gone through overwhelming burnouts. We've all given ourselves too much to others. We've all had the desire of just wanting more for ourselves, or desiring time, desiring freedom. But a lot of us don't pursue the working towards it, the action, the going to doing the things that is required, doing the things that is needed to actually obtain the things that we need. So this month of September, I want you to really get still. Sit still, September. I want you to really get still. I want you to work on these sleep hours. I want you to work on times to sit still, to breathe. I want you to start incorporate, even if it has to be on the toilet. Even going to the bathroom is an experience of a rush for so many people. When was the last time you literally just sat there and just breathe? And I'm not talking that anguish, heavy breathing. I'm talking like that breath of joy. And one that's when you breathe out of your body, that it brings us that sigh of so that sense of joy, that smile, that peace within, that just makes you say, oh, like, do that intentionally. And because again, that gives your body a different response, right? So we're correcting our neurological issues, we're correcting the and another thing, a lot of the things that we're doing, like these things I just told you, walk with intention, set your intentions for the month of September, guys. Journal, breathing, writing things down, doing all these things, right? All of these things are amazing. All of these things are great. All of these things I do encourage you to go back and revisit time and time again and just keep doing it over and over again. But I want you to pay attention to the feeling. Are your feelings in alignment with the actions that you're doing? Or have you gone into like that robotic stage? Have you gone into that auto response? Have you gone into, I've done this routine time and time again, like brushing my teeth, so much that I'm not putting even a thought to doing it. I'm just doing it because I was told that these are the things that will make me feel better. These are the things that affirmations are going to help me to reset my mind. But we have to pay attention, guys, to the feelings, to that frequency that we attach to it, right? That heavy on the belief. So that's why I always approach every challenge, every approach to wellness or any fresh start to anything. I always approach it with mindset first. Where is our mindset, right? What is our mindset on? Right? Is it set on achieving these things? I know I can do it, setting positive goals, doing the things that is necessary, or is it set on the doubt? Is it set on the fears? Is it set on the projections from others around us? Right? So we have to work on the mindset. And if your mind is not aligned with the decision that you make to take on the challenge of your life, to take on the challenge of the day, to take on the challenges at work, to take on the challenges of life, to take on the challenges of motherhood, to take on the challenges of leadership, to take on the challenge, if your mind is not set to do the work, you are not doing it in excellence. We are not showing up in excellence. We will not be able or capable of showing up in excellence. We will do it with a heavy heart. We'll start doing it with tension in our body. We will do it with force. We will do it like we don't want to do it, and there's going to be that resistance. So where our body is being told that, listen, this is a survival tactic. This is time to fight. It's time to fight, and we operate in this momentum over and over and over again, right? We operate in that momentum, but resisting to make the time to make sure that we reset ourselves. Me showing up for this community and showing you what I do to reset myself helps me to regulate my nervous system, right? Me showing up and showing you that I exercise, I jump, jittery, anxiety, shaking. We jump rope, we jump in jacks, we shake that body system up, right? If you're a runner, go ahead, run. We shake that system up so that it is able to really get back into alignment. We move our body, we exercise, we lift weights, we do things like that in season. One, because we're strengthening our body, and then exercise, it sends a different message to our mind, right? It helps to release the stress. It just helps our body to thrive in ways that, we're unable to do otherwise if we're not doing aggressive activities in any way. You could be swimming, you could play tennis, there's so many things you can do. If exercise is not your thing, the body is an amazing, amazing tool that helps you build its weight. So you can do body weights and still go without physical weights and still build your body in the way that it needs to build, right? We read books on a monthly basis. By the way, I want to know what books you are reading for this month. What have you taken out this month? I'm going into a season of study period. This is a season where I focus on really studying, putting my mindset to go into school. I have been in this momentum for years. My mind, my body is used to that. So now that I'm operating in my own business, now that I'm building my own business, connecting with my own community, and doing things like that, I want to continue to implement that in that way. So now I'm studying my industry. Now I'm studying my craft. Now I'm developing myself and going through semesters of seasons of studying. And I do that typically around this time. For me, it made sense. Why? Because I have children who go back to school. I have children who, I have to live on their schedule. So their schedule is, hey, I'm going back to school around this time, right? So as I'm building the business, as I'm building a, work from home, stay at home flexibility, or work from anywhere type of organization, right? I want to make sure that I stay in alignment with that and start shifting, start pivoting, start creating those things in my life, until I'm able to increase it, until it's able to dominate to the point where that is exactly what I'm doing, right? So we heal, build, grow, and we dominate here. What areas are we healing in our lives? Whether this September is a perfect, perfect, perfect opportunity to get in alignment with these things. We are always healing. We always have something to heal over. And then there's things that come into our lives, guys. There's things that come into our lives that that shift us, that trigger us, that reminds us that, okay, here is an area that was uncovered. Here's an area that I'm reminded of. Here is an area that needs to be healed, right? I've been tested in the month of August, right? I'm not a person who likes crowds. I keep telling myself, and this is one of the things that has been a thing ever since I know myself on this earth. Everybody knows me, knows that I do not like large crowds. I do not like to be the attention of things. I do not like Greek eggs and ham, right? But I've been literally like pushed and thrown over and over and over in situations like that for the month of August. And I've been so jittery. I've been so anxious. I've been, needing to do the things that I need to do more and more. So much that not only am I out here in the mornings, that I'm doubling up at night and making sure that my mind understands that, hey, this is a reset. Do not go to sleep on the momentum of anxiety. We're going to sleep in peace, right? In harmony with self, and releasing any of the energies that is not of minds. And I'm able to do that because, again, I have the tools. I utilize the tools. You have the tools in your tool bag, box, fanny pack, whatever. You got the tools. You know exactly what it takes, what is required for you to do what you need to get what you need accomplished to achieve. And how do I know that? Because I know that as mothers, if we are pushed against the wall, if something says, hey, my child needs this by this time, we're going to get it, even though we don't have it right now. We're going to find some way to get it. If you want to take your children on a trip, if you yourself want to buy something because you convinced yourself that you deserve to treat yourself to this particular thing, a bag, a trip, or like whatever, a meal, right? You are going to do it and you're going to find a way to do it. So you're very resilient, you're very resourceful. And I know once you decide to do it, you will do it. So that's what we need to get into. We need to get into just doing it, um, getting it done, and finding that pathway of achieving what we need to achieve with the excitement, without the excitement, but get into alignment. We want to get into the practice of making sure that we are participating in our own lives, participating in the promise that we have set out for us, participating in the desires that we have for ourselves. This bee don't stop. This bee don't stop following me up. But yes, I'm about to go live. I'm about to go do my little jump rope thing, our little jump rope thing, because we in this together. It's August. We're thriving. My accountability partner is tied up at the moment, so I am going to jump here on our behalf, and also next thing I wanted to share. Oh yeah, we're doing this until September 4th, y'all. So join me on Wednesday. Join us on Wednesday. Join us on Friday, as we close out our or our jump rope, and then we are here. Okay, I posted the schedule for this month. You have a day by day calendar that you can keep track, a tracking calendar so that you can keep track of your daily and weekly activities, and always give yourself the opportunity to be absolutely amazing. When what you track increases, right? So if you're looking for change, if you're looking for increase in your life, right, let's track this month. This month of September, use the tracking tool and track to see how consistent you were keeping up with this month's challenge. You're not the only one, okay? I am working on, I don't have a problem with keeping up with the challenge, but I'm working on coming live and sharing that more often. I'm working at showing up more in my community. Over the years, I've just had the opportunity of building out this formula over and over again. The formula, the foundation is structured, it's built. But as I am going through the process myself, I am evolving in such a way, layer by layer, right? And in season and season, and I see the growth every time we have to pivot into a season, because this it's important that you go through the whole 12 months of the program, that that I'm living, that I'm developing, that I'm sharing with you, that you may not even realize. Those of you who may have been in here and gotten so comfortable, to not realize that what these are true practices that can really evolve and erupt your life or your pattern, so to speak, in such a magnificent way, right? So each year I get to evolve within myself, but I also get to go through the journey here with you guys, and just really do it, right? I'm learning myself. I'm learning on how to formulate even the words to put what it is that I need to share with the audience that can help them to unlock it. But until then, I'm going to keep doing the practices. I'm going to keep showing up, being disciplined. I'm going to keep, navigating through my life and learning what works and still learning people and learning my community and who I'm speaking to and what they're going through, right? I am attracting me, right? I've been through many things that was meant to break and destroy me. Um, so I was portrayed as the strong woman. So I had to continue to live that strong woman idolatry. But really, um, I, I desired a soft life. Really, I'm very soft, loving, and fragile. Really, it's that strength, that armor that has been placed upon me was also the shield that was that I draw for to protect me, right? So I work on just really working on strengthening, so to speak, that softer side, bringing that out and reserving, giving the strength, the strong woman appeal, an opportunity to rest. Okay, no longer do I desire to be strong, because strong is just it has forced my veins, my muscles, my entire body to just overwork, right? It's like when you're working out, for example, you're working out and you're building muscle. You may have muscle spasm, you may have muscle pain, your muscle needs to relax. Maybe you've reached a peak, right? It's the same within the energies of operating as the strong being or the strong woman. We want to be mindful of, basically, you want to be mindful of how you're doing, and how you're doing that to your body, and what you're doing to your body. You want to also give yourself the grace, okay, when you're doing things that is out of your norm, out of because this journey is not easy. This journey is not a simple one. So you want to get into the habit of giving yourself grace. You want to get into the habit of, operating in love yourself, showing yourself love. You want to give yourself the opportunity of just being still. And I want you to just sit still, sit still. Sit still. September is a phenomenal, again, opportunity for you to start just incorporating these things. October, we're going to get into more of the real consistently of showing up and really putting those weight movements in and doing all that phenomenal stuff. But I really want you to focus right now on being still, on listening to that body, on breathing more often, breathing the right way, and just really consuming the things that you need to consume. What is your intentions, or what are your intentions for September? Choose 3 and work on them throughout uh, the month, or choose 3 major things that you want to work on during the last quarter of the year, and let's work on them each month, okay? Each and every single month. And those can be major goals, and those can be, goals that you set that you just want to, solidify. So there's goals that you already have incorporated in your life that you feel you're doing pretty good at sustaining, but you just want to, make sure that you're able to kind of, be able to do that on a more consistent basis. I've fallen back on the consistency of the way I do things. So I want to get back on track in doing certain things in my life. I want to start getting back to drinking more herbal teas, or start drinking a more selection of different herbal teas, right? So I'm getting into that. And that's my focus for the month of September. That's just healing my internal terrain. That's just healing my womb. That's just making sure that I'm resetting the inside, because we are going into a new season, guys. All right, so I gotta go. I'm gonna start getting ready to go do my jump rope, and I hope you guys join me. I'm gonna end this live, and I will be right back. I believe, yeah, I will be right back.